What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lantern, and Jay, coach of your UNC Wingles, bringing you guys the championship match, live championship match between Ben and Austin, the Tampa Bay Buizels and the Atlanta Staraptors. Bringing in the whole gang. If anyone else is going to join in the call throughout, they can request that specifically, and they'll be able to get a role that'll help them join this chat with Jay and I. Jay is currently muted because he's eating and watching MASH in the background, but this is pretty hype. This is the final match of Season 2. Championship Throwdown. I know both teams. I have the pastes up on my screen, so I can sort of give some insight here. So we see the Zapdos lead versus the Victini lead. Victini versus Zapdos is probably a matchup that the Zapdos wants to be on here. I have a feeling that Ben likes this lead matchup. This is like a mixed defensive Zapdos with some speed investment. And this Victini is a choice Scarf Victini, just for reference here. Also, I will probably try and wait to put this up until Ben's side of the battle has gone up. So you should be able to see Ben's side of his commentary in the description below. That should be a thing. Yeah, but I'll sort of just give insight between the two teams here. So this Victini, the best thing it can hit the Zapdos with here is probably a Blue Flare. Okay, so he is just going to switch in the Raikou. The Raikou, its entire job is to switch in on the Zapdos. Turn 1 crit. So here's another data point for my document, and he's just going to Whirlwind through the sub. Okay, so now Austin has seen the Whirlwind, and I know Ben was scared of a Subcom Mind Raikou. This is in fact not a Subcom Mind Raikou. It's a sub-bulky. It's a very bulky sub Raikou. We haven't actually seen if the speed investment is going to pay off on the Raikou, but Empoleon coming in here really sucks. Austin is not going to want to burn his Wakanberry on a Zapdos. That's really not what he wants to do here. Cryogonal's going to come in. No Parahacks. Okay, no Parahacks. So that is Assault Vest Cryogonal to eat the discharge there. Ice Beam, I would imagine, comes off here. There's not really a great switch into it. Freeze Dry is also relatively safe, and I think Ben would be expecting the Freeze Dry, so Scizor seems like a decent play here for Ben, if I'm looking correctly. He actually changed up his Scizor spread, but he is very specially bulky. The last time I looked, he's a very specially bulky boy.
Do you think Austin is going to call the scissor play right here?
Well, so it's difficult, right? Because the Primarina play is also okay. So he called the Scizor, but Primarina came in, and he sees leftovers. Okay, that is huge that Austin sees leftovers there because he prepped around Assault Vest Primarina, and so knowing that it's not Assault Vest is actually probably going to help out a lot here. I'm curious about what the Primarina is going to do. Austin doesn't have the greatest Primarina answers on his team. Um, Cryogonal, its job was kind of to switch into Cure Black. That freeze dry did a lot of damage, and that is hidden power fighting, if for reference as well. So the HP fighting there to be able to take on Cryogonal and Empoleon, which is a really good prep on Ben's part, I believe. Freeze dry is not going to two-shot this thing here. And now I feel like the Scizor play is kind of obvious. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that, Jay.
If I was Ben, right, I would probably go into scissor right here, and just try to get off. Does he have U-turn? I can't remember.
Yeah, he does. He ended up changing that set. So he initially had a curse superpower set, and he ended up changing out curse for defog and superpower for U-turn. Last second, actually, like quite literally, like less than 15 minutes ago. So and Austin makes a ridiculous read with the HP fire. Holy crap! Wow. Uh, Yeah, okay then. I mean, Austin's not going to stay in here, so Ben might be able to get a free roost off, but that was a play and a half. He just read Ben like a book on that play. That was that was insane. Um,
Doesn't Victini looks like a pretty good
Jeez.
switch though?
It does, yeah. Victini pretty much comes in for free. Oh, he's actually just going to go into the Keldeo, making a really hard read and eating that bullet punch. Um, so as we know, this is a Specs Keldeo, which two shots everything on Ben's team, depending on what he switches into here. So generally, knowing that the Primarina is not Assault Vest, I feel like Surf or Hydro Pump is the play here, and yeah, that Surf is just gonna blow back that Zapdos, dude. This Zapdos is not a switch in, and Keldeo's faster, I believe. So yeah, I mean this Zapdos is dying right here, or Ben has to go into something else to take more damage. If he goes Primarina, I don't think that it takes two Spec Surfs. His Ben's best option is either to sack off the Zapdos where he doesn't know if the Victini is physical or special yet still, so he won't know what's going on there. Or go into Kyurem, let it take damage, or go Primarina and sack off Primarina. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do here, but yeah, this Specs Keldeo is about to take a life, or it's going to get really good chip on the Kyurem Black, which is the biggest threat to Austin's team if I'm looking at it just from a team preview sort of perspective here. That HP fire read was pretty massive. Okay, so in comes the Kieran Black. It does come in, and it just took 40 from a surf. Hello? That's a resisted hit. Wowzers. This thing does have Roost, and I would imagine he's either going to Z Freeze Shock or Fusion Bolt here. He is a mixed Kieran Black with Ice Beam, Freeze Shock, Fusion Bolt, and Roost. The reason that it took 40% is because it's Rash, which I believe is the minus SpDef nature. I believe it's plus special attack minus SpDef. Um, no, sorry, it's the speed one maybe. Plus speed minus thingy. Is it? Do you know if it's plus speed minus SpDef? I might have to look this up now. Okay, so in comes the Victini on the Roost. So now he's seen the Roost. He knows that this isn't a choice locked Kyurem. You'd think Z-move would have to be in Austin's mind here, just because like there's no switch-ins to Z Free Shock like pretty much ever. I am just quickly looking up Rash, sort of able to tell what investment
Yeah, it
Rash
lowers a special
has.
defense.
But is it speed that it
It
gives?
apparently raises special
Oh,
attack.
okay. So it's special attack minus special defense. So this is definitely a much more offensive Kyurem. It's not running that much speed investment then. It's only running 136, probably to outrun. I'm not entirely sure what it would actually be trying to outrun with that investment. Maybe just like max speed Mega Altaria makes a lot of sense with that. So in comes the Scarf Victini. Now, if he's choice banned, this Kyurem likely takes a lot of damage from this V-Create if he's anticipating a V-Create to come in. I would imagine Austin's probably going to Dazzling Gleam here because there's no chance that Ben ever switches into Mega Scizor in his entire life. Okay, the Blue Flare comes off. Wow, what? Blue Flare's two-shotting this thing, and he gets the huge burn, so the Fusion Bolt's doing nothing. What? That's ridiculous! That is ridiculous, dude. Wow. Okay then. So, Kyurem Black Z move is not really gonna do anything now. I'm not sure what he was gonna burn Z move on anyways against the team that Austin brought. Maybe the Raikou, but a burn Kyurem Black. I mean, that's just no damage, dude.
Makes Empoleon that much better too.
It does, especially with Napoleon's Wakanberry. I mean, that was the whole strategy for Austin is that he was going to eat the fusion bolt from the Kyurem Black and flash cannon it for chip damage. And at this range, flash cannon will kill that Kyurem Black. Absolutely will. Obviously, Blue Flare is just going to claim a life here, if we're being honest. How much health is the Primarina at? I mean, the Primarina is at 59%. I'm not entirely sure how well Primarina will eat this. What I should have done was probably just imported both teams into the calculator before we started so that I could be able to tell, but the Victini is a fairly standard set, so I'll just import the Primarina set really quickly,
It
and we'll
should
just need to
take
find out.
19 to 23. I got it for you.
Is it 19 to 23? I mean, that's still good chip. That's good chip. Takes it down to like 30% on the Primarina. He can just go right back into Cryogonal and throw off a freeze dry. He could make a bold play, throw off a freeze dry, and then Mega Scizor stays in to roost and he HP fires to kill it. I'm not entirely sure if Ben would actually go for the bullet punch in that scenario. Okay, so he's actually just going to sack off Kieran Black, which is absolutely massive for Austin here. Now, okay, so this Crocodile set has changed quite a bit. It is not the set that you see probably on the team pace there, Jay. It is black glasses over Expert Belt. He initially had Fire Fang on it for Ferroseed and took that off, and so he did not need the Expert Belt anymore. So this is carrying Adamant Max Attack Pursuit, and Austin's just going to stay in and burn again. What? All right then. This is insane, and Austin is making crazy reads. Victini's claiming lives right here. Yeah, that's a wheelchair. That's a wheelchair for sure. Um, I don't know what to say anymore, really. Like, this is just ridiculous. Victini is just like cleaning up right now. Victini is just killing things. That's 2 kills on the board for Victini. Huge momentum lead for Austin in this game right now. This Scarf Victini is putting in absolute massive work. Primarina definitely has to come out here, I feel, or he did change up the Gengar from Life Orb to Choice Scarf, so this Gengar could come in here and revenge kill the Victini potentially. And it is. Okay, so he's pretty much giving away that he's Choice Scarf Gengar here. I'm not sure how much of a difference that'll make. It will definitely let Cryogonal come in and click HP Fire. And Cryogonal can definitely get chip off on something. Or, excuse me, or the Altaria can come in and get off any number of hits. I mean, Hyper Voice is probably pretty free from the Altaria. He's definitely going to live a Bullet Punch. Okay, so instead, he's just going to go into the Empoleon, which ate that hit pretty well. Obviously, it doesn't need to stick around now that Crocodile and the... Well, I mean, it wasn't handling Crocodile, but now that the Cure on Black is dead, the Empoleon doesn't really need to stick around here. Flash Cannon seems really free to me. Or Rocks also seem pretty free.
Yeah, but I don't like that play because now it gives Zapdos health.
Okay, well, he does end up going for the rocks there. He does have the
So
con. I mean, he doesn't really have the best way to hit Zapdos here.
I think the play was probably going to Cryogonal and then pivot around. But he could make another aggressive double into Victini and just claim something else.
He could go into Victini right now. You're right. I think his play is probably Raikou. He definitely has like. Okay, so yeah, he just goes back into the Raikou. If I'm okay, that was a ballsy discharge from Ben there. If I'm Austin, I don't click sub this turn because you've seen Whirlwind, and Ben is expecting sub Calm Mind now that he's seen sub and leftovers. So what I would do, yeah, Toxic was definitely the play there, and now Zapdos is 100% on timer. So this Zapdos is going to really struggle to stay alive here, and I feel like a Whirlwind, yeah. So I probably would have discharged personally. Wow,
And now
Victini,
something bad.
oh my god. Victini coming in on that Whirlwind is huge. That did a lot less than I was expecting. And the critical back and the full para. So, you know what? That's probably deserved, if we're being honest. Two
I'll
blue flare
probably mute
burns.
spectators in a second.
Yeah, this is a little bit ridiculous, but it's kind of nice for the fans to see everything going on here. Um, Okay, so Austin's actually been DMing me with some thoughts. He said the burn on Crick only mattered for chip on the Victini, which clearly mattered right now because the Zapdos discharge crit would have killed it otherwise. And the burn on Cure on Black was huge. So that's all good and fine, really. Victini should not be outspeeding the Zapdos here, but Blue Flare is going to demolish it. If it does, has the Zapdos shown static? Okay, so Zapdos is actually just going to opt to stay in and basically kill itself because it can't switch in on rocks now, which means Keldeo gets to click a move here. Keldeo can claim a kill, which might let Primarina come in. Okay, so Keldeo is going to be the one that claims the kill here. I kind of feel like Raikou would have been a better option. Um, just because from this range, you know the discharge is going to kill the Zapdos. Um, and it doesn't let Primarina come in afterwards. It probably forces Gengar to come in, I would say, which you can handle a little bit better than Primarina at this point in the match. If I'm being honest, Mega Altaria looks amazing to finish off this match right here, besides the Gengar potentially. But it's physically defensive Mega Altaria. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so the Surf is the play here. Gengar... Does Gengar Revenge kill the Keldeo? It may or may not put it into Bullet Punch range from the Mega Scizor, and that might be what Ben's going for here. Um, I'm not
He's
entirely
going
sold on
the
this.
T-Bolt roll right here.
He doesn't have Thunderbolt, I don't think. Oh, he does. Sorry, he does have Thunderbolt. And it's a roll, you said? From
Yeah,
Scarf? From Scarf Gengar, it's a roll?
79 and 94. So roll in his
Ooh.
favor at least.
All right then. Well, this could be pretty dangerous for Austin. I might go Raikou here then to scout that if I was Austin. But I have, you know, knowledge of both of the teams here. Um, but I mean, bringing in Gengar here, you kind of have to assume that it's going to have Thunderbolt. Otherwise, it can't really revenge kill Keldeo. So we'll see what sort of play Austin wants to make. I mean, Raikou's really not doing much besides maybe getting more damage off on Primarina, which could be huge. The Mega Altaria also seems like it's a decent play, and it's not a huge deal if Ben predicts that and goes for the Sludge Wave, because then you can always double into the... Oh, wow, that wasn't even close to a roll. Okay, then. But the Cursed Body means that the Keldeo is going to have to switch out. That's what? I thought you said it was 73 or something, or 79%.
He changed it to Choice Scarf. I still have Life Orb on
Oh
that.
yeah, I said Choice Scarf. Okay, so that's fine. Keldeo does have to switch out here. I don't see a world where Ben actually wins this game, but the Scizor is going to be able to get a roost off here. 100% of the time, the Scizor gets to roost because the Keldeo is locked in, obviously. Raikou can definitely click Discharge here.
He doesn't have
Paralyzing.
to. It's just HP Fire, Discharge, and it's game over pretty
He
much.
doesn't have HP Fire. He's got Signal Beam.
Oh, that's right.
Signal
I'm an
Beam
idiot. I told
before
him that too.
the Mesprit. So he definitely has to discharge in my mind. Um, he's got a huge advantage going into this right now, but the Scizor can definitely... Okay, so sub was maybe a play. Uh, I don't agree with the sub play there necessarily. You definitely have to discharge now. Yeah, and the permanent is actually just going to die. Okay, so discharge is 100% your play here. I definitely believe that discharge is the play and hope for the para. Okay, he's not going to get the para, but I would strongly believe Mega Altaria lives this bullet punch and flamethrower is going to kill. Oh, it eats that bullet punch for days. Wowzers. Wowzers. Oh my goodness. Well, that is your championship match. Austin making it to the finals as the lowest seed and winning the championship. I mean, like what a Cinderella story, you know? Like this is just absolutely crazy. Congrats to both of the finalists on making finals altogether. Um, definitely big shout outs to Austin for winning the whole thing. I mean, this is huge. I don't think that anyone would have predicted nobody predicted him in the pick'ems to win the entire thing. Actually, nobody predicted either of these finalists to win the entire thing. So it's just sort of been a wild ride here. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the NCL YouTube channel across season 2. We will be back for season 3. Season 3 will be starting in about a month draft wise, and so expect to see content going up then. Um, big thank you to everyone in the server, and big thank you to Jay for helping me out with the cast today. And congrats again to Austin on winning the Nimbasa City League Season 2.